Good evening. And now that the 12th day of Christmas has come and gone, Happy New Year. 84 weeks on carnivore. Lovely. And I've been been getting a bit, I say, philosophical of late, which means I've been watching a lot of stuff on YouTube. However, it all comes together. And I was looking at Buddhism. Buddhism is interesting. And I thought, yes. Well, the thing is, a lot of what is in Buddhism has also been stated by various Western philosophers over the millennia. Like Heraclitus he was around the same time as Gautama Siddhartha. So yeah. Okay, so we're going to do a look at that. The Four Noble Truths as attested by European philosophers with my afterthoughts. Okay, so we get the first one, which in the word dukkha, which is like suffering, they say, or dissatisfaction, or anomie, or whatever. Okay, so Aristotle, to perceive is to suffer. And all the Greeks went, you don't say. Okay. So in the midst of pain and strife, reaction is death, and response is life. Okay, Heraclitus, Pantarei, all flows, moves, changes. That's the second one, by the way. It's all passing. It's unreal. Depends on how you want to translate it, really. I mean, all these people just sort of follow whatever the last guy said. I'll just say the same as him without looking into the possibilities the original language holds. But I don't know that much about Pali. Yes, but the English thought processes allow for other words to be used. Now, this too shall pass. Great, okay. Tomorrow is another day. Okay, what's the third one? Yeah. Look within. Look within. Another one to go with that second one. Nietzsche. What does not kill me makes me stronger. Yep. Anything else? I said. Okay, for the third one, if we stare into the void for long enough, the void will stare back at us. The corollary of that is if you talk to the void long enough, the void will talk back to you. I'll let you figure that one out. Okay. But in essence, by avoiding suffering, you're avoiding life. Okay, on to the point 4, which is the eightfold path, which is pretty good. It's how to avoid so-called suffering. I don't think that's very good translation of what was intended, but that's what they tend to say in translation. Okay, we go just quickly through 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, dissatisfaction. 2, wanting. I need it. I must have it. I miss it. 3, introspection. Introspection, like meditation. Think about it. And 4 is the prescription, which has 8 points. Very quickly, you must have all of these things must be in good order. They must be correct, right, balanced. Okay. View, intention, speech, action, livelihood, effort, mindfulness, and concentration. And they all come together like a little 8-pointed star. And that's the trick. If you can do all of those things, and it's a process, it doesn't all happen at once, it's a process, you will have a more enjoyable life for yourself and for those around you. So, so let's have a look. So what we're really after is what I'd call harmonious interaction, as opposed to inharmonious or disharmonious interaction, or indeed a lack of interaction. Harmonious interaction. That's the point. I mean, it's the proper way to live. And it requires consideration. Montaigne. He who fears to suffer already suffers what he fears. Yep. So you have to interact. You can't just sort of like evade, avoid, evaporate, or whatever. So, where's that? Reading my own handwriting in the light. Nietzsche said that he became himself through pain and suffering. So avoiding it is not necessarily fruitful. So consideration is not a matter of pity or compassion. Rather, it is finding the most harmonious option. This is the part of right behavior. What is not right is otiose. Gets you nowhere. It's not able to stand on its own 2 feet. It will fall over. It will fall apart. It will rot. So, do not be moved to act by emotion, for that is a reaction to the it's a reaction. As I said before, in the midst of pain and strife, reaction is death and response is life. You have to respond. React is when you either pull away or lose your cool, go into the attack mode. Response is where you take a minute and then if that's appropriate. Okay. Oh, well, Rochefoucauld said, is not virtue sometimes a pretext to impose oneself over others? Yeah. So when you're considering how to respond and you're just sort of acting on emotions and things that come in the disguise of morals and ethics, right and wrong. Be careful. Tread carefully. Fools rush in. Okay. And yes. What else is there? Yes. Pity is more intense than suffering. Do not project your emotions onto others, especially not onto animals. For how are we to know their feelings? They're like what I saw on Instagram the other day is somebody in Norway has got their horse in the middle of the winter pulling a sleigh across the snowy fields. And horses have what's called a winter coat. I think most animals will grow a winter coat. So they're not going to freeze. They're built for it. They're built to be outside. They're meant to be outside. Yes, it's good to have a somewhere out of the wind or indeed the rain, but under just normal day to day, they don't really care. They're fine outside. They like a bit of cold. So then there was in the comments all these people who are, oh, but the poor horse needs a blanket. Oh, it looks uncomfortable to me. Oh, yes. Yeah, well, you would indeed be uncomfortable out in the snow, especially without a blanket. But the horse, the dog, the bear, the wolf, the mountain lion, the bison, do they care? A bit, but they they can live with it. They're used to it. They know how to get out of the wind. Some people don't. They just go out there and die of hypothermia. So what am I going to say about that? Every animate being, animate, Latin word anima, the soul, right? Soul. It is animated. It has life, right? Every animate being, whether it is an animal, vegetable, or soil biota, because they're all part of a cycle. No soil biota, no plants, no animals, soil biota. Right, what do we got? All of those things must be treated with consideration, but don't make a fetish out of it. natural death makes no distinctions. Nature. The old doctors let nature take its course prescription. So if you if you think that all suffering is like inherently wrong, then you're not living fully. It's just this is a it's all part of life. You're ignoring the realities of life. Yes, comfort is a nice thing, but where so where do you get these ideas from, and how does it how does it help us to progress, or as many idealists have asserted, avoid suffering, relieve suffering, whatever that is. So it's a lot about habits, what you're habituated to, isn't it? And sometimes it's up here is where you get your habits from, because it's got nothing to do with reality anyway. It's just something someone told you and you didn't think past it. Okay, some habits are harmonious, some are harmful, and others just simply unnecessary and wasteful. So where's the respect in this? What is suitable for a child might not be appropriate in adults, for children need protection from the harshness of reality, while adults are ready for such things. That's how they got to be. That's the difference between a child and an adult. Is like, you can, you know what to do, you know what you're doing, and you know how to do it. Or you can learn. Okay. Yeah, so the adults don't worry about comfort and discomfort, but of responsibilities and their accompanying privileges and benefits. That's an adult. If you're not getting any privileges and benefits, what is it that you're not doing? Responsibilities. Yeah, there's a line that, we don't know if everybody's sitting there with their heads underwater, but at the same time, learn to swim. Okay, so that sort of covers what's in the Four Noble Truths with the Part 4, the Eightfold Path, and some thoughts on those coming back from a Western philosophical perspective. So look before you leap, think, act on impulse only in emergency, but don't become the next casualty. Be prepared to act in an appropriate manner by learning skills, not just the uninformed notions that pass as knowledge. Like Just because somebody's unconscious doesn't mean you have to give them mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. There's lots of stuff that just nonsense. So that's right effort, right action, mindfulness. And silence is assent. I think that was Aristotle too. And speak out. And last note, one from Seneca. Difficulties strengthen the mind as labour does the body. So, as you can see, there's a rather different take on these matters. So, for me, this business of avoiding all whatever pre-existent to Buddhism as a religion in India, which some people confuse with Hinduism. It's not, it's something else again, in which they take extreme measures to avoid causing harm and suffering. And, like sweeping the path before you so that you don't tread on any insects. Although I'm sure the insects sort of like getting swept away under a broom are like, Yes, the human mind is, I mean, the greatest lies are the ones that we tell ourselves, aren't they? Anyway, enough of that. That's it. I probably could have put more together if I spent more time on it, but that was about a week's worth of digesting stuff. And even what I just said is not exactly what's there on the script, but got us there. Yeah, it's a whole new year. It's 4 degrees outside at the moment, night time, and tomorrow, well, sort of the temperature's going to be dropping till about sunrise, in which case it will keep on dropping to below freezing all day long. It was supposed to snow, but the forecast at the moment doesn't mention snow. It doesn't matter, it's going to be quite frosty. It'll be, because it is going to rain at 2 p.m, there will be frozen puddles out there as well. Yes, winter's finally arrived. Hooray! And that's it from me, yes. So there's a lot in there, and if you want to think about it, be my guest. If you don't want to think about it, sorry for wasting your time. And that's it from me. All the best.